That was big, huge, impactful, and you know what? Every other superlative under the sun. For years now, Hendrick has just been a bit off. Yeah, they won the championship in 2020 with Chase Elliott, and while that shouldn't be overlooked, let's not pretend that he was the most dominant driver, or even in the top 3 or 4 most dominant drivers of the year overall the whole time. Plus, the team itself was still both going through some growing pains and also aging out the previous generation. So how has the team naturally evolved to the point that it's at now? Well, find out right after this. Summer is fast approaching, and with it comes long car rides for all sorts of events, including NASCAR races. And part of long car rides is finding something to do, like listening to music, podcasts, or even radio broadcasts of the race. This is where Raycon comes in. Worn by celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Raycon is quickly reshaping the industry by simply making great sound and starting at half the price of any other major audio brand. Because of this, as well as their comfortable noise-isolating fit, I've been using Raycons during my marathon training, housework, and even video editing. With great Bluetooth pairing, it means that I don't have to get tangled in pointless wires too. Plus, they come in great different colors, like my blue ones I have. They're easy to carry on the go as well. So get your own pair of Raycon earbuds today by clicking on the link in the description below, or go to buyraycon.com/iceberg. That's buyraycon.com/iceberg to get 15% off of your Raycon purchase. Okay, so 2020 was pretty hit or miss, with huge hits and terrible misses. But in a lot of ways, 2021 has rectified many of the problem areas. Swap the resurgent Kyle Larson from a stale Jimmy Johnson, and one of the problems is gone. Also, William Byron, working with Rudy Fugle, a crew chief that he had great chemistry with, has taken him up a few pegs. So all 4 teams are competitive. Even with Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman taking steps down relatively, they're still fast enough to be up front and in the top 10 each week. And even in previous videos and different things online, people like myself asked if Hendrick was actually back. After all, Kyle Busch proved after 2019 that winning a championship does not guarantee long-term elite performance. Add to that Hendrick Motorsports drivers have to be compared to champions like Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, as well as consistently good drivers like Dale Jr., Casey Kane, and Mark Martin. But after what I and the NASCAR world saw yesterday, it's pretty easy to see that Hendrick is back. And not only are they back, but they're performing at an exceedingly high level even for Hendrick standards. Let's start with defending champion Chase Elliott. I'm not going to lie, 2021 has been a bit of a letdown thus far for Elliott. And while having no wins in 13 races, he still has 5 top 5s and 7 top 10s. This isn't as bad as some people make it sound either, since he's still 7th in the points. And it's not like the bad races have all been strictly poor performance. Fast cars at the Daytona Road Course, Atlanta, and Talladega all ended in sub-20th place finishes. While leading 0 laps at Dover, he did come from the rear of the field to run in the top 10 and top 5 all day. He also was pressuring his dominant teammate Kyle Larson for much of the day, to the point that Larson was actually nervous about how fast Elliott was. If this is part of Elliott's basement level performance, then there's a lot worse problems that he and Hendrick could have at this time. Now, the next person to look at is the driver of the number 24 in William Byron. In the past 3 years of young Byron's career, he's been slow to the get-go. Let's be honest, he has not been the greatest to start with. But with being partnered with his former Truck Series crew chief Rudy Fugle, new life has been breathed into the lungs of his career. So far in 2021, he's been the most consistent driver in the field. As of writing this video, he is sitting on a streak of 11 consecutive top 10 finishes. This literally puts him in the consistency conversation with Jeff Gordon's 2007 season. And now he's closing in on Kevin Harvick's streak that had spanned from Kansas of 2019 to Charlotte of 2020 with 13 straight top 10s. The race he ran at Dover really represents how far the development of him as a driver in the Cup Series has come. He led early, taking the lead from Martin Truex Jr. in the opening run of Stage 1. While not keeping that up all day, he did stay in the top 10 for most, if not all, of the day. William Byron, being a championship contender, is very much a real possibility come this fall, especially after how his win was at Homestead added on with this performance. Now, we talked about the guy flying under the radar. We should probably go to the guy who's stealing the limelight, Kyle Larson. After everything off track had taken the spotlight for Larson's life last year, his performance on the track this year has been absolutely blazing. While not as consistent as Byron or getting as many wins as Bowman, he's been far and away the fastest Hendrick driver so far this year. His win in March at Las Vegas was a statement in and of itself. But he's been incredibly fast in most of the other races as well, and especially in ones like Kansas, Darlington, and Atlanta. Of his 6 top 5s so far this year, 3 of them have been second place runs. This included yesterday's race as well, where he led over half of the day at Dover. Unfortunately for Larson, his teammate and his teammate's crew got the best of the 5 squad. But even with not firing on all cylinders as a team, they still have consistent top 5 speed everywhere. Now, they just have to work on closing out races. This Dover race really helps represent just how far Larson has been this season as a driver. With that being said, we now need to cover the man of the hour. Last but not least, we have the winner of yesterday's Dover race, Alex Bowman. Bowman's season so far has definitely been a struggle at different times. While the rest of his teammates run 7th or higher in the points, Bowman is mired back in 13th. But to be fair, the reasoning for that has been beyond his control. At the Bristol Dirt Race, his car had good speed, but some mechanical failures soured his day. Superspeedway crashes nullified good runs going at Daytona and Talladega, and being involved in a wreck at Martinsville didn't help either. So when he closed out the deal at Richmond, it came as a relief, as he would really need to be getting a win, because he would be in the fight for the playoff bubble points-wise all of the regular season had he not won. So when he showed up with speed yesterday at Dover, it was a welcome sight for the entire Hendrick program. Bowman and his 48 team initially were on the lower end of the top 10. And through the first 2 stages, they basically maintained that speed. But as the race went on, both the driver and the crew improved until both took the lead with the fastest 4-tire pit stop so far this year. It was a complete team effort. So what does all of this add up to? It adds up to what made Hendrick Motorsports the powerhouse team it was in the 1990s through about 2016. Versatility. No matter if it be by steady progression, raw speed, raw talent, or even a little luck, these guys and their teams can get it done. And for the team to be only the 4th organization combo in NASCAR history to make a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish, well, that's damn impressive. So they've proven not only are they back, but they are also championship material. They may not win it all this year, but the foundation is there for a possible dynasty in the making. But with that, I've said my piece. Now, I want to pass this on to you. How do you see Hendrick Motorsports after this dominant showing? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content like this. And until next time, have a good one.